Gaming Gladiators versus 9 Pandas, game number 2. Some interesting picks, a lot of differences actually. We do have the disgusting Medusa back, which is probably the only thing that we don't like to see. But yeah, what are your thoughts on this draft for both sides?
Yeah, I was just as curious as the panel were about what was going to be the last pick for 9 Pandas, and when I think of Ramses, this is not a hero I think of. So I'm very curious to see how much mastery he has of Windranger. I find this hero to be, obviously in this patch it's a lot more popular because it's universal, etc. But it's also a hero where a lot of experience makes a pretty big difference in understanding shackle shot angles and knowing your limits with Wind Run and Focus Fire. It's not to say he can't play it. They absolutely would not pick this hero if he wasn't capable, but this is not even in my top 10 of Ramses' best heroes. So it is very outside the box, which has the potential to completely hit or miss. The stats are against it, but I wouldn't mind seeing a good Windranger game out of him.
What is the general win rate off the top of your head?
I don't know it by heart, but it is. I was going to say it's probably something like 20 to 25%.
For pro games?
Yeah, it's not been good. It's very good in pub games, I believe. But yeah, the pros have not been able to replicate the same stat lines as the high-ranked pub games have. There's many ways of interpreting that. It's obviously a Windranger as a hero is a hero that very much exploits people being out of position to find like free nice solo kills, which is more likely to happen in pub games than at a pro level. So if you take that part out of it, you remove some of the free kills that she probably gets on average per game, and people being more coordinated about focusing heroes when they get caught and killing them off. You know, all this stuff might add up to a much worse Windranger win rate.
One good thing about this Medusa pick is we're not going to be... What's the right way to actually put this? There's no lies being had, Cinderin. It's a carry Medusa, not masquerading as an offlane that turns into a carry. It just starts out as a carry. I'm happy. That's the best we can hope for Medusa.
That's true. This is very...
Oh, ace.
Standard.
Blood Grenade came through, and the power shot from Ramses. First blood, the way of 9 Pandas, and you can see Tofu gets the kill on Solo's Courier. Very important.
Yep. I mean, that's just, this is one of Timber's harder matchups in the first few waves, the Undying. Obviously, Solo, I would say this might be his best hero right now in Pro Dota, at least one of his few best, to be sure. Just pushing it to the limit here, playing super aggressive onto Ace, and Ramses will take the advantage and run with it there to get the first blood, and also a nice CS lead here, so good start for them up here. And I don't think they have any plans of slowing down. Once you're ahead with Undying, this hero is just all about keeping that pressure on non-stop. And Mirana, not exactly the best hero to respond. As much as we talk about these universal heroes and their potential, Mirana is very low base damage. He has 4 branches and hits for a whopping 46.
Wow.
On the support Mirana. One of the worst base damages in the entire game. For comparison, Undying hits for, I believe, 64 right now without Decay. So an extra 15 damage compared to that of the Mirana.
But are you happy to see her at least as a support this time? I mean, you do have good synergy with the Ember Spirit, right? Chains into arrow.
Yeah.
We've seen that time and time again.
I personally think the hero, despite being universal hero, still for the most part is a support. Like, we've seen teams experiment with stuff. We saw Sumail play it mid at the Major, and he absolutely annihilated his mid lane, but ultimately hit this invisible wall in the game where it's just like you can't really fully bridge the gap because you don't truly solo kill people. You don't, like, the hero doesn't really excel in any aspect as a core, I think. That's just my personal take on it. So, but a lot of what the hero really does offer goes very well with the supporting role. The mobility, the Moonlight Shadow, Arrow obviously moving around the map. Yeah. Quinn going to be fighting Kiyotaka a bit here, not going to be on the winning side of that Ember against Storm matchup. In terms of that trade.
Ever since the change to the Aghanim Scepter from Mirana, it's a long time now.
Yeah, she used to be a better core.
Is the double Starfall. You'd see her mid sometimes as a carry, you get the Blink Dagger. You just farm so fast, and yeah. Ever since they got rid of that, she's been either support or just bad, for the most part.
That is actually pretty close, yeah. And that's been years.
It's been like 3 years.
It's been a very long time since Mirana was truly regarded as a good core. I want to say back at the time when she had the old Ags, I think did she also only have 1 leap? Are we talking that far ago?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Because Leap was obviously changed to get 3 charges, and then the cooldown was longer than the individual original charge that you had when you only had 1.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember when if that coincided or not. But yeah, just you know, trip down memory lane, power shot connects, and Tofu and Ace just taking massive damage. Yep. And Solo continuing to do what Undying does, which is be the most. Oh my god! All right, the old 180 decay and kill.
Tofu did not expect to die from that. That was a level 2 decay. I think it must have been very close. Tofu had 8 stick charges, so yep. Kiyotaka really. One of Kiyotaka's best this one. We haven't really talked about that just yet. The panel was singing the praises of Quinn Ember, which makes a lot of sense,
but the cliff!
Kiyotaka is a beast on Storm, and he has some very good conditions this game. He's playing together with Beastmaster, which I would say is one of the heroes. Oh, hang on. He might be in trouble, actually. Tofu really finding him here in the jungle. Gets him.
Oh, my. And Dyrachyo getting harassed as well in the meantime, but looks like he'll live.
Now, that is such a big kill for Tofu. After dying top, he gets all his resources back, comes mid to try to contest the rune. Didn't win the rune war, but Storm level 5 had no way of getting away from that. Just ran him down and found that kill. Now he's going to kill the Courier of Ramses as well. That is his treads down the drain for now. Really nice sequence here from Tofu. Huge impactful plays to find back-to-back. You're going to see the replay here. So effectively just running Kiyotaka down here. He has good mana, but can't really do anything as Storm, so it'll be an easy pick. And yeah, it's a great hero and player combination to slow down if you can as Tofu. Kiyotaka, we've seen some Storm games at the Berlin Major where he absolutely went out of control. He's playing with Beastmaster, he's playing with Pugna. These are 2 of the hero's absolute best friends in this patch, so very, very nice for Gaming Gladiators to try to put a span in the wheels there for a bit. That's not how you say that, but whatever, you know what I meant.
Sure, I'm sure that translates.
How is it you say it? You put a spanner in the wheels?
A what?
It's a cog in the spanner, a span in the coggers.
Cog in the wheel?
You put a span in the poggers. There it is. I forgot it.
I don't even know what you're trying to say. That's kind of the issue here. We'll just pretend that all of that was correct somehow.
I cannot remember the expression at all. This is actually really funny.
And getting slow to a crawl. Kiyotaka does have his ult now, but it's not going to be enough. He's going to telekinesis back into the tower. Has a little bit of mana, tries to zip away. Quinn does have Slight, but doesn't want to risk it for the biscuit because there is a tombstone. As Solo waddled his way over the mid lane.
I'm going to Google the expression.
I knew it. I knew you were going to do that.
Why can I not
So predictable, actually. And Dyrachyo completely out of mana, so has to be very, very careful. Does have 10 charges on the wand. As another axes come out.
Put a spanner in the works. Or throw a wrench in the works.
Okay, that one
There you go. All right.
Sure.
It was the
spanner in the works. Where have you heard that? Is that from like the 18th century? That type of lingo?
I mean, I've been on this earth a long time.
Telekinesis wants the wisdom road. He gets it. It's going to cost him his life.
Well worth it though.
Indeed.
2 hero rotation coming over, and they get both wisdom runes. And obviously in the meantime, the bottom lane is empty. So.
Kiyotaka spends all his mana, and Quinn just wants to walk him down, put the spanner in the horse, as they say.
Discover what lies beyond.
That is another death for the mid laner, and a courier kill. Okay, Quinn gets the double kill.
You know what they say, you can lead a horse to the water,
yep,
but you can't give him mana.
That's what they say.
Yep.
Just give a moment of silence for that joke.
It wasn't a joke. Serious matter.
Okay.
Shackle shot. Very good. Oh, I got the deny on the flag bearer creep, so nice from Ramses. In a relatively quietly just free farming top, right? We haven't really talked too much about his farm. We've talked about the pressure, but looking very good on the charts so far. Oh, got the chains there.
Oh, okay. Able to sidestep the arrow, Kiyotaka. That would have been devastating. Trying to go for the rune in the bot.
Quinn got that too.
Quinn gets it, and it's a haste, which adds insult to injury. Kiyotaka is done. 3 deaths at 8 minutes. Very, very bad news for 9 Pandas, at least in the mid lane. And we'll see how much Ramses can actually salvage this as a tombstone.
Oh my god!
A lot. It's a double kill for Solo. Quinn will clean up though. Gets a double kill for himself. Solo now out of mana. Another Searing Chains. Quinn Has to be careful because that's a TP coming in, gets the Remnant off. Solo actually is going to
raindrop.
live. He really wants this kill. Miero, he comes in as well, gets off the roar. Has one slight or one chain. This is the first, and Quinn's going to get likely taken out.
You know what they say?
Oh, Kiyotaka.
You can lead a horse to the ember, and he will kill him.
So greedy.
That is
so
such
greedy.
a good comeback for him, literally just walking into the ember there.
I was going to say that death was beyond devastating, but I think that makes up for it a bit.
That is the funniest way to get a return kill I think I've ever seen. Literally waddled out of base and just shot him one time. Oh, well. Well, sometimes you just run out of juice. There wasn't much left.
I mean, we saw this last game, though, with Ramses farming big time on the Morphling, but obviously didn't end up the way they wanted.
And this hero is very different by nature.
Yeah,
Wind Ranger is...
The panel was discussing kind of the itemization of that here. We'll get to that in a moment. As Solo actually pops his ult to scare off Mr. Quinn. But what kind of itemization would you like to see on Ramses? Like, do you think the defusal is needed?
Yeah, so since it's carry Medusa, I think Medusal Diffusal is definitely on the menu. I think you get the Maelstrom first. The question is if you can buy both back to back, or if you finish... I guess you finish the Gleipnir first, right? So I guess Gleipnir into BKB and then Diffusal. Like
oh my god, they baited him in! The heals aren't enough! Kiyotaka, that's 4 deaths!
Yeah, I mean, I told you he plays a mean Storm. Really... Really making me look trustworthy here.
My goodness.
I mean, to Gaming Gladiators' credit, they've just been really good at shutting him down. Like, this guy knows what he's doing, but they're making it look like he doesn't. It's really surprising. And obviously now he's thrown a little bit off his internal clock, if you will, with how to play Storm in these games. Like, I don't think he has that much experience having this kind of a start. So this is where you got to dig deep. This hero does not play well from behind. It's very snowbally by nature. We'll find an opening here onto Ace.
And the focus fire's coming as well. Ramses does take a good amount of damage. Oh my god, he actually almost
died. He would have
died.
killed him there. That would have been so huge.
But Ace falls as Quinn running down Antares now. Celery in the vicinity as well, but not going to be able to catch up. But they will be able to provide some pressure to... Oh my goodness, what are these stacks?
That's a fat stack.
Quinn is fine. Kiyotaka expends the rest of his mana. Yeah, this stack is... It's overcrowded. This is...
Is that quad?
It's a lot. That's
a lot of golems.
Wait, how does that...
No, it's a triple... Is it... Hang on.
Do the auras...
That's only a triple stack, right?
The auras don't stack, right? Surely.
No, it's only a triple.
That would be hilarious, though.
Oh, it's quad. It's a quad stack.
Wouldn't that be funny? That would be a good buff to creeps if that one...
Oh, yeah, if there's
stack.
anything we need in Dota right now, neutral creeps need to stack more and do more things.
Yeah.
I think while we're at it, we should also buff the Chain Lightning Harpy. I think it should be free to cast.
Yeah. That's good.
That'll be good.
People will have fun with that one.
Yep. Completely fine. Nothing wrong here. Ramses with a 1k net worth lead. We talked about how he's farming well, but this is actually more of a lead than I thought he would have against Duracho at this point.
Yeah.
Obviously, the 2 kills will do that if one of them is... I believe one was one first blood?
Oh, God.
No, Solo got first blood.
This is enjoyable. Watching these get taken out is quite enjoyable.
Oh, no, he did. So, yeah. Let's see what Ramses' plan is. He's actually going Maelstrom straight BKB, so not going to finish the Gleipnir first. He really wants to be able to stick on his target.
Is this death number 5? Zips on in to Celery. Nice telekinesis. Gets a double stun out of it, but they have the catch. Kiyotaka gets his 2nd kill of the game. Pops the shield rune as well. Quinn's going to rip right through most of that.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Looks like nothing more will come of it, though. And while that was happening, of course, the Ancients were also taken out, and Ace, that's a lot of farm all of a sudden for him. Quinn Remnant's out.
Wonder what the mindset is behind giving it to him instead of the Dusa. Maybe they think it's more important to get the Timber online, which I think I would agree with giving them to Timber here. He needed the catch-up the most. The Medusa is still going to be farming, and Ace has to make space for this game to progress at the pace that Gaming Gladiators want.
Yeah, we've seen a couple Decay steals so far. Really wants that Tombstone. Boy, oh boy.
Yeah.
under attack.
That is the dream.
I just realized it's like 2 or 3 players in this game we've barely even talked about. Like Miero's just farming up a storm on the beast. Medusa very quietly farming the jungle. So like the offlaner for one side and the carry for the other are basically uninvolved for the most part in the game. Just happy to play the jungle plus lane and get big. Beastmaster rushing the Drums of Slom here. Not the best Drums of Slom game. Also not the worst though.
Quinn gets the Arcane Rune, but he's initiated on, but the counter arrow into the Storm Spirit, but the heals from the high ground are enough to keep him alive. Tombstone also placed, but you can see Gaiman able to get out easily. Might even try to farm up the Tombstone. A nice juicy amount of gold, and like you said, Drums of Slum online now.
That's a quick Drums, 14 minutes. They're going to put it to use.
Yep, Shackler shot into the focus fire, into the roar. They expend a lot of mana, and he is going to die as a result. Not able to get off anything. Doesn't have the ult yet, actually. Opted to skip it for the time being. Level 11 right now. That's a little greedy. Don't you typically get one at least a couple levels earlier?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, I wonder if he actually could have... I think they layered their stuns well enough that he didn't get the opportunity regardless. But yeah, I would say this is kind of unusual. He's just very quietly just not been facing a single hero for a while, right? So he's just happy to go greedy build, but...
Stupendous.
Manta now complete.
Radiant's bottom
Will make
tower
life
is under
easier for
attack.
him. Bottom tower is bound to fall now to Miero though with his Beastmaster push with the 2 boars. Yeah, so about Drums of Slom here, I don't know how reliable it is that Beastmaster gets to stay in the fray and really get full value out of it. You're playing against Ember who's going to kite you. Timber could overpower you. And the Deuce ult is always going to be an issue, so I wouldn't say it's the best Drums of Slom game, like if you're playing against illusion-based carries or whatever, which is just insane. But maybe the item is just that good. We've seen it being picked up first by a lot of players recently. Perhaps just overtuned and discovered that it just almost doesn't matter what your matchups are. It's still the best because of the farming speed and everything connected with it. Definitely is a feels good item, that's for sure.
Dire's top tower has been denied.
We'll see how much impact it has in these fights. I mean, what do you typically go after that?
A lot of the time, I think we see either some sort of utility item or BKB. Depending on what's more important, is it to stick in the fight and really just run heroes down, or is it buying auras, or like in this case, he's eyeing up a Crimson Guard into Halberd build, just tanking up so he can stay in the fight, which is another way of allowing the drums to function. Just being able to tank through everything so you keep getting that heal back. Halberd, absolutely amazing this game because you're against Medusa, so that is definitely a feels-good pickup.
Up Quinn.
Arrow.
Sets up the arrow. Ramsey, this would be a big kill, and they get him pretty easily. Celery actually gets credit for that one. It's going to be Ramsey's first death of the game. So ends a slight streak there, 3-1. And they'll turn this into a tier 1 tower, but Miero is here along with Kiyotaka, focusing down Dyrachyo to start with. Gets silenced after the Manta. That half mana at the moment. And Kiyotaka has less than half mana, so has to be a bit careful in this engagement. Oh my god, the damage just ripping right through the Undying, so they get that kill relatively easily. It's a 5v3, but you can see Ramsey's about to respawn. They get the Tombstone, and likely the tier 1 tower.
Such a good arrow from Tofu. I'm pretty sure he arrowed Miero when he was about to roar. First of all, they got the Manta off on Dyrachyo before the roar came out, and then that arrow just stopped them in their
tracks. They still want to fight. Ramsey's TP's into the fogged area, gets the focus fire onto Ember Spirit, but it's not going to be close to enough. Has to pop the BKB, but more of a defensive measure as Ace on the high ground. Will Timber Chain into the bottom area here. They have the double stun. Oh my god! The burst damage onto Kiyotaka, more than enough. And with that, 9 Pandas have to retreat hard.
That is really, really bad news. They just wanted to defend the tower, and now they just end up giving bonus casualties. They might not be done yet. Ramsey's.
Yep. Just needs to make it to the other side of the wall. Gets off the Shackler shot, but the arrow hits. Ace gets the kill. That is atrocious for 9 Pandas.
The game
was pretty even. Now it's a 5k lead for Gaiman out of nowhere.
They lose their Ancients there. They lose damage on the tier 2 tower. They lost the tier 1 tower. They lose general map control. If Gaming Gladiators have any wards now, if they can play some offensive ones that you wouldn't know where are. Yep, the Ancient stack as well. Yep, this is about maximum income you can get from what just happened. Gaming Gladiators just squeezing every little bit of juice out of that fight, and perfect. Get out of there, no casualties. They grabbed everything and they left, so perfect hit and run. And love this from Duracho. He steals the enemy triangle and then immediately retreats. I'm still going to call it the triangle, even though it only has 2 camps, right? But
has the secret shop.
heads back to his own, gets that stack off as well, so maximum efficiency. Going to farm that up too. Very well done. Power shot steal here from Celery. Does quite a lot of damage on Rubik. It's 470 plus the Arcane Supremacy.
Tombstone's placed down. Quinn is who they want. See the Moonlight Shadows applying now, but the Roar comes through. Do they have the vision to finish off Quinn? It looks like it might be the case. Indeed it is, but it's going to be heavy cost for them. A lot of HP gone for 9 Pandas, but the heal's coming through now. They do get Ace. So 2 very, very big kills for 9 Pandas. They regain control of their triangle. And it's about to hit the 20-minute mark. We'll see. I guess both teams probably will be likely to just take their own at this point.
Yeah, I don't know how big of I don't know how big of a priority it really is for either team. Like, how good are the shards? So 9 Pandas might get grab ally.
That's good. That's a good one.
Gaming Gladiators, I think the shard on Rubik in this game is actually very good. So
ooh.
Oh wow. Nice arrow. No follow-up though, but I can still appreciate a good snipe.
Yep.
Well hit from Tofu. But yeah, nice couple of picks there from Pandas to get back in the game a little bit. Quinn tried to get saved by the Glimmer.
Chains, arrow, it's going to be dodged. Well, he does take it with the BKB on. Yeah, if it goes to Rubik, you like it. If it goes to Marana, you are very upset.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of meh, right? So
I mean, you get the extra leap charge, which is good. But
yeah,
the extra aspect of that, I feel like, is extremely underwhelming.
Let's say it was guaranteed to go to Marana, I would say it's not worth the time right now.
Yeah.
There's more important stuff to do on the map then, so you need to gauge that versus getting it on Rubik and the 50-50 on that. As 9 Pandas, very, very well done here, grabbing that Roche, taking advantage of the pick they found, and going with Beastmaster plus Wind Ranger Focus Fire to quickly make work of that.
Game they spot it. Despite being against the Aegis, double damage was on Quinn, but it's like it dissipates.
Miro is a tough nut to crack here. It's a hard target to go on. Crimson Guard, 2,500 health. And the lack of information about what's behind him. They are going to try to poke the beast here.
Yep, arrow coming. It does hit. Gets off his Crimson just in time, so that's going to mitigate quite a bit of damage, but that's a lot of magic damage as well. Gets ripped right through by Ace.
Oh,
and Kiyotaka uses most of his mana to try to help out his comrade, but it's not even going to be close to enough. He gets killed instead. Double kill for Ace. Make it a triple. Gracious me, oh my. And they might be able to steal the Tormentor now, which means Marana and Rubik could potentially get him.
Damn, that damage from Ace against the Beastmaster was crucial there. He was starting to slowly heal up a little bit with the Drums of Slom, but just got decapitated by Ace coming in, just blasting him here. And yeah, Kiyotaka used everything in the tank to get there in the first place, so no escape plan available. And now, I mean, I did say it was falling apart the last time they lost a fight there. Now it happened again. Seems to be a cursed area of the map that 9 Pandas should just not go to. This tower is now gone.
Do they go for this?
Yeah, I mean, you're in a neighborhood that now at this point it's not even really an investment, right? You're just already there, so you're not compromising any map control to take it. You're just grabbing it as you go, and they'll be fortunate.
Get the good one.
Winning the 50-50 here, getting it on the Rubik. So this gives them a save against Storm and a save against Beast. And if you think about the last time 9 Pandas had a good exchange, it was when they caught Quinn with the Roar and then killed him off with the Storm Orchid. That time Celery glimmered him, but it wasn't enough. If he has telekinesis, he's not going to die. So extra defensive line now for them.
So now it could be either Marana or... Yeah, wow, I was actually looking... I was confused why the farm is so low for Quinn. But yeah, one or the other. And Quinn's is pretty decent. A good shard for sure.
Yeah, the Ember one is solid. Gonna grab the BKB now as well.
Imagine we can go the whole game, kill 4 Tormentors, and not once does it drop from Marana. That's when you gotta go to Vegas.
Yes.
That's when you know. 4 50-50s?
If you win 4 coin flips in a row, that
Yes.
sounds unbelievable.
I think the most I've ever had is 3 in my life. You know.
You can't have flipped many coins then, I have to say.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Every day I wake up is flipping a coin, Cinderin.
Oh, well then, you're on a really good streak.
Depends on your perspective.
That got dark really.
Yeah, 8K lead for Gaming Gladiators, and this, it feels like ever since the Aegis was picked up,
Radiant are
I mean, they've lost every fight since. I
Yep.
guess that was 1 fight, so that's technically true.
That's, I mean, I can respect
appreciate
that.
that.
It's a true statement. There's nothing wrong with saying the truth.
Quinn picks up the haste.
Yeah, and
looking
he's
to try to
gonna
capitalize
find
on this
himself a
lead.
little snack here.
Yep, Antares goes invisible. Miro and company trying to disengage now.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
If they're able to catch anybody on the other side of the trees, they don't have the vision on Kiyotaka.
No,
The
they do.
Sleight of Fist does give it. And they know the Hawk is there. Fade Bolt deletes it.
This is a do or die fight for 9 Pandas almost. If they lose this one, the whole map falls completely apart.
Yep,
So
Tombstone placed, and now Gaming just run away.
Tower
Yeah.
is under attack.
that is not the way to initiate that. Got to find a shackle shot. Got to find some sort of a storm jump first, and then tomb it up. But
That's kind of like
No
just
such
using
luck.
an ultimate with no effect, and now Gaming are going to feel very confident to try to engage here. They get the support Pugnut to start things out.
they're gonna drum and just chase him down. I love this aggression from them. They know
Solo.
they're well ahead in this fight already, so
Yeah.
Radiant
not scared of diving that tier 2 whatsoever. And also gonna TP back to try to defend their mid tier 1. I think this might be too late. Is it? No, he's actually gonna. No, it is too late. Kiyotaka wasn't phased by the timber.
Well, Ramsey's Aegis is expiring in 30 seconds. I'll say they haven't gotten great value out of it, other than the fact that they've just taken it away from Gaming, I suppose.
And now he went Manta.
Universal item.
It is obviously really great on Universal Heroes. There's no denying it, but I just don't think he's getting enough bang for his buck here. Like, my concern is, can you actually kill the heroes that you need to kill during the stuns? You need Windranger to assassinate someone during Roar, or during her own Shackle Shot, or during the Storm Catch with Orchid. You want to be able to 100 to 0 that Ember. You want to be able to 100 to 0 that Timbersaw or Medusa if possible.
Dire's
And I just don't know if he has enough oomph, right? Like, he hits for 200. It's not bad, but you don't have that like MKB or Diffusal or Daedalus or something.
Yeah, well, Terraccio just did pick up the MKB to go along with his Manta Scotty. And that means it's high ground time for him, knowing that the Aegis has been expired. That's not correct English, but
That's good enough.
it's expired.
Better than average for you.
Thank you.
All right, smoke again. Last smoke from 9 Pandas didn't really bring much with it. They're going to see if they can find an angle. I guess the dream scenario here is that you just immediately assassinate the Rubik. He has the drums and the glimmer, and he's a very quick kill. And then from there, you can maybe build something. But Gaming are very well aware that this is happening, so not going to get caught off.
Yeah. I mean, other than the Storm, their catch is kind of lackluster.
Kiyotaka's DD is now expiring, so they didn't really get the moment of opportunity they were hoping for. And Terraccio, not scared of frontlining, really. He can get telekinesis saved by Rubik. There's a Glimmer Cape. He's very, very safe to go in first, as a matter of fact. And that's such a luxury to have in a game against Beastmaster and Storm, having a hero that can actually go up and give you vision against a team that usually has superiority of it.
Oh boy. Moonlight Shadow
So
and
valuable.
Smoke.
Yeah, Solo's gone.
Flesh Golem does get activated, but that's about it.
Clean up the tomb here as well, and then straight onto Miero.
Yeah, they get the slow off. He gets off the roar, but he's going to get stun locked, it looks like. The drums are beating. Gives him that a little adrenaline rush, but actually pops the Crimson as well. So he's very, very tanky, but it's not going to be nearly enough as a Timbersaw obviously can rip right through that with that double kill from Ace. And Ramsey's doing the thing you do when you're behind, and that's just trying to push the lanes. Push, push, push.
Closing in on his Diffusal. Maybe that's the timing they're waiting for. It's definitely a big damage upgrade for him, but...
Oh, he's going to get spotted, though.
Yeah, Manta. Well, they know which one's real, and he doesn't have Wind Run.
Telekinesis. Gets off the focus fire, so trying to take out the Rubik at the very least. He'll get it. Pops the BKB. Wind Run as well, but that's 4 members of Gaming Gladiators. I have to think that this would be the death of the Wind Runner.
Oh, never mind, 1 courier. I thought he got 2 couriers as well, but Yeah, the celery kill and the courier, not really the greatest of trades, but considering how far behind you are, and then that was like a 4-man rotation from Gaiman, it's actually not that bad what Ramsey's accomplished there. Kiyotaka's going to find Ace. Ace doesn't care. Ace is 5 levels ahead of the enemy mid laner. Just realized this is pretty ridiculous, actually. The level distribution in this game right now is extremely lopsided. Storm is the same level as the enemy 5. I don't know if I don't remember seeing this.
I'm sure it's happened before.
It has, but it's been a hot while since we've had this rough of a game for Storm. And
what exactly is a hot while in terms of time period? As
it's longer than a cold while.
Orchid keeping Ace in the vicinity. Very nicely done. Great layering from 9 Pandas, and they're able to actually take out the robotic monster.
And Kiyotaka is now level 16. There you go.
Okay.
Now everything is back in order.
Top tower is under attack.
So that period, that fight right there was a cold minute.
Yes.
Okay.
Isn't it a saying?
What?
A hot minute?
You didn't say hot minute, though.
What did I say?
Said,
Hot while?
Yeah, hot while. That's not a thing.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Good effort.
Both are measurements of time, right?
I mean, try to make it that, but
What else is a while?
I don't know.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like the temperature of a time period.
What?
Ramsey stealing a double stack here. He does have the defusal, and it's going for the Aghanim Scepter next.
Yeah.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
What exactly is, like, as a windrunner, you want to focus fire, I would assume, Medusa, because of this defusal. But when Stone Gaze comes out, you just need to disengage and then try to find a way to re-engage after?
Pretty much. And honestly, I don't know if you want to focus fire the Medusa. I think it's still too hard of a kill, and you're going to lose the fight in the process of doing it. I think you need the defusal to eventually kill her off, but your objective in the fight is still to kill Ember. I think it's the best possible kill is Ember and Rubik. Gaiman gonna quietly pick up the Roche here. Guess do they have a smoke on them as well? They do.
Pandas are coming. They're actually pretty close.
They're too.
But not close enough. Let's see if they want to continue to fight or not.
Actually giving the Aegis to Dyrachyo here.
Yeah.
Interesting. I thought it was gonna go on Quinn, but well, this Dusa with 2 lives can definitely do some sieging. They do not have any repositioning ability on 9 Pandas, so they can't really force Dyrachyo into their base very much. Oh,
yep, Kiyotaka backstabbing a bit here. Arrow's not going to hit. And Dyrachyo. Looks hilarious, that Ogre Seal Totem. No real damage being done as the Crimson Guard has already popped. Ramsey's
nice shackle.
Gets the shackle shot onto 2 and the focus fire to follow. That is a dead Mirana to start this out, but he's going to buy back into the game. Miero getting kited thanks to these illusions. Looks like the Rubik is finally taken out by Kiyotaka, but Ramsey, this would be a huge kill for Game and Gladiators. They find him and he has no buyback at all. Aegis and Chi still intact as Miero's going to get caught off now, but will TP out right in the face of danger, so nicely done from him.
Oh, got the blink off on Pugna too.
I don't know how that Shivas did not actually.
They will lose solo, but okay, that wasn't that bad for 9 Pandas. I thought that if they kill the Rubik as well on that initial double shackle shot where they burst the Mirana, if they had a little bit more in the tank to also kill Rubik, that would have been a very different story, but it took them a while longer.
Yeah, but either way, 40 seconds with no Ramses means that high ground is a thing.
Yep, time to start spam decrepping the Dusa here without dying.
That's going to be a tough assignment.
Yep.
As he's dead.
Didn't work. Task failed successfully.
For Dyrachyo does die. That's the Daedalus. So he's going to have to wait a few minutes for that one. That'll slow this down a bit.
Slight chains into arrowing the creep wave that spawned literally in front of Beastmaster. Very fortunate.
Crimson Guard slowing this down as well. Looks like Ramses does have buyback now, but it's a low enough timer that you would expect him to just wait.
Oh, Dyrachyo gonna Ogre Seal Totem in.
A huge Ogre Seal Totem initiation into a couple right clicks.
But
and now he's going to back up and focus down the rest of the barracks, but it's a much slower push than I was anticipating.
Still gets the job done, though. And in the meantime, Celery is pushed out mid-wave, so they've already set up for their secondary objective of getting that mid-tier 2. Ramses will try to counter-push it out together with Kiyotaka, but this is a lot of information to just randomly stack on top of each other here in the mid lane.
Yep. Zip, Orchid, They want the Rubik. They get the Rubik.
Didn't glimmer in time there,
Ace,
Celery, a bit
though.
slow. We'll get
Quite a
punished
bit
for
of
that.
damage, and now is on the high ground, trying to chase Ramses. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, but the Searing Chains into the arrow. Another death for Kiyotaku. We've seen this time and time again. And Ramses continuing to get pursued by Ace. Has to pop his BKB.
Yeah, Ace with the dagger.
Is under attack.
Is he going to randomly find him against the Glimmer?
No way.
Oh, he finds everybody, as a matter of fact.
Chakram onto 3,
Oh
basically.
my God.
Searing Chains to follow. Tombstone is placed along with the Nether Ward, actually. And Quinn, with that BKB still activated, Ace destroys the Undying. And Darachi is getting pretty low, but again, this is just the Aegis as the heal's coming through onto Ramses. And Terry's, is it going to be enough? No. Dead is Ramses, has to buy back into the game, but he's not going to have much team left alive to fight with. Triple kill for Ace as this Timbersaw is unstoppable. The GG's just come out. And that's another 2-0 for Gaiman against 9 Pandas.
Through anger lies failure as he tips.